Hey guys, welcome back to Local Legends. Today we're
What's going
what?
What am I doing? What are you doing, bro?
Okay.
Dang.
Man,
I don't know what that guy's doing here, man.
this is our intro.
I know, right? Anyways, welcome back to Local Legends. Today we're sitting down with two brothers who go by the stage names of Aladdin and Nazarene, up-and-coming artists building a name for themselves in music.
In this episode, we talk about how they got started, what it's like making music together, and the mindset behind chasing a career in rap.
Episode 5 starts right now.
All right, thank you guys for coming.
Of course.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah. So, what got you guys into rap?
Well, since we were little, we would like freestyle at school and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? And then when we were at University of Michigan, they have like free studios for students. You just have to take a class, and Seta took the class. And so we got studio access to like state of the art studios, and so we could start recording.
Mhm.
And that was like probably 9 years ago.
Easy, I'd say.
Yeah.
When we were really little too, like when we first moved to the country, we got into the Miami scene, even Sean Paul, like a lot of that stuff. And then it was very like slow after that. Like Nabil got LimeWire really early. He was way too young to be
Oh,
knowing
yeah.
about what LimeWire
I
I was
remember
cracking
that.
free songs for the iPod, bro, and everything.
And
bro.
I'm telling
I
you,
remember
he had
that.
like a 4,000 track thing the moment I got an iPod when I was really young. So I'd be listening to Wayne, all the old Wayne. I'd be listening to everything on there. That's actually how Soulja Boy got famous. He would just name his stuff like
Really?
after a different song that was already famous and put it on LimeWire. So Nabil told me,
Mhm.
I was the first rapper to do LimeWire skins.
Dogs going crazy.
It's okay.
Yeah, Lil was
Yeah.
going
She's
crazy.
an invited
Yeah.
guest.
Podcast part. dude.
Yeah,
So-
Podcast
exactly.
Who started
Mm.
freestyling between the two of you?
Good question.
Technical difficulties?
No,
Lola?
My-
that's got to stay in there.
I'm older, so I feel like me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
We
probably
did.
started freestyling a little earlier and introduced Seta to it.
Yeah.
Wait, but now you guys weren't born here.
No.
You guys were
No,
born
We
overseas?
were young when
Nazareth,
we
bro.
came, but yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
okay. Well, how old were you guys when you got here?
I was 3 or 4.
I was 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
We went back
okay.
a lot, so you know, like it ingrains in you. Definitely
Yeah.
ingrains.
When you
in
guys first came here, did you guys have accents?
I would
Yeah,
say
bro.
so. I remember us.
Yeah,
having more
definitely.
accents. Yeah.
I remember my mama wrote like on a piece of paper, like with Arabic letters, like what, like to sound out bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how to say the words in English when I needed to like do something, like tell the teacher like, oh, or if I don't get something and shit. And so that was different. Like having to learn a third language, because back home I knew Arabic, and then my dad's nurses like at the hospital would like when he was working over there, they would like speak Hebrew to us and like teach us
Oh.
Hebrew a little bit. So we even knew that, but then we dropped it once we learned English because we weren't using it. We just
Yeah.
used Arabic at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was wild. Learning the third language at 6 years old. And I will say I learned English with two things on daytime television. The summer that we moved, we had like 2 or 3 channels. That's it, on like a crappy old TV. But one of them played Dragon Ball Z and it had subtitles. So I watched Dragon Ball Z with subtitles and Jerry Springer. And I was like, that was my first introduction to American culture. And I was like, damn, where did my dad bring us to, bro? That these people act like this. You know what I'm saying? So that was a wild way to learn English for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna add the context too that being your third language and then starting school like a little ahead of your time because they put you in the next grade up. That's
Yeah,
tough.
facts.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Nobody knows
Yeah.
your language.
How about you? Did you just 2 languages since you
So-
were 3?
So Arabic, and I didn't learn Hebrew before leaving because he was in like first, second grade. He learned Hebrew there.
Uh-huh.
And then I would say language was okay. It came fine, but I also took like ESL for a while too until
Yeah.
I think 3rd grade or something. And actually, when I graduated, I was so sad. I thought it was a bad thing. I came home to my mom. She's like, "This is good. What do you mean?" I was like, "I kind of liked getting pulled aside."
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So, as you guys got older, when did you first realize that you're actually good at freestyling?
Freestyling and rap in general, for me, it was more from the writing. Like when I got my iPod and I started writing on there, and I always idolized those first things I wrote. I always think they were like legendary, and then
Mhm.
sometimes I'll go back. Of course, it was more choppy. You didn't have that kind of rhythm,
Yeah.
but like then and like having people listen to it, and then like sometimes when they'd really resonate with it for sure, or just like something that I really loved. A lot of like wordplay type stuff, but the freestyling itself, only when I practice a lot. That's when you get good at freestyling. When you're
Yeah.
doing it every day, when you're doing it twice a day, it's more of a practice than like, oh, I'm good at freestyling, I
Yeah.
guess.
Right. Now, what do you guys like rap about? Like, what do you guys freestyle about? Is it like,
Oh man, so I have done a couple songs in like Arabic, English. Um, I had Tamer Nafar, who you know the Arabic rap group Dem, the Palestinian guys,
I think
Dem.
so.
One
Yeah.
of the bigger ones
Yeah,
from the
from
Middle
back in
East.
the day. They
Them
were
is
like the
big.
first big Arab rap group ever, like out of the Middle East pretty much. And he had liked one of my songs. Like I had sent it to him on IG and he was like, "Oh, habeta" and stuff. So he was
oh,
fucking with it. So that was
Really?
super dope to see. But a lot of what we rap about is just stuff we used to do like in our old life a little bit when we were young and um probably really hopped up on testosterone. You know what I'm saying? Just as young dudes like doing stupid bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And well us and our friends used to get into. So
Yeah.
yeah, it kind of like is a little bit nostalgic, but also I'm happy to have moved on, you know what I'm saying? Like years later. But yeah, we could do, I think, a little bit more of the talking about our struggle, like as our people. But at the same time, like a lot of Arab rappers feel really pigeonholed into talking about politics and
Yeah.
like that type of stuff in their songs. And some of them speak to that where they're like, dude, I just want to rap. And like, yeah, it's cool to rap about my people and my heritage. But a lot of times, like, we might want to rap about something completely different to get away from thinking about that, you know,
Yeah,
while our
right.
countries are being bombed or whatever else. So we might not want to put that at the forefront of our mind on the creative side, you know, just for the time being. But I think it's important to do so for sure. Like we do need our people to represent in music and in all the different arts for sure. You can't take that away.
Yeah, like I think he was humble there too because like we do have a good amount that portrays that struggle, like the cultural struggle, the financial struggle, that kind of stuff. But I will say also most of the time that will be worked in there. Like you'll make a really catchy and good song, one that like that I'm really interested in, like that is my style, and then I'll work that in there. Like with Mozart, like I have one line, you can bleep this if you're worried about censorship or whatever. It's like bombing us with planes and then they label us the terrorists, astonishing politics, hypocritical dictatorships. And that's just like in a slew of other like references. And yeah, you could say like illicit references.
Yeah.
So like maybe if somebody's listening to that and it's catchy to them and they're like, oh, okay, that guy's sick. And then they hear a line like that, they're like, okay, I'll think about that. Where if you open Macklemore's song and like he's like just really in on like the something like either boom bappy or really right from the heart, you might say, okay, I've heard a lot of this right now. I think it's really fun to like work on wordplay. For me, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, that's really cool, but also just stuff that resonates with me when I'm like, okay, that sounds like me and that's good. Because sometimes when you write, it's really easy to not do that. Sometimes when you write, it's like, oh, what are they gonna think sounds good? And like, let me
Yeah.
craft my rhyme around that.
now what's the day to day of being like a freestyler or rapper? Is it always in your head? Do you guys like when you're driving? Is it like thinking of new things or like what's it like
You want me to go in
being
on
like
this?
that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So like the day to day isn't necessarily like I'm always thinking about it because there is other stuff to do. And Nabil being a lawyer, me going to be a doctor, like there is always other stuff to do. So it'll be like a lot of responsibilities in there too, and contacting people, like contacting a lot of people or setting something up or going to the thing, doing something, which I was a really big homebody before and that could kill that. So like really just getting out and doing an event each weekend, which we've been doing a lot recently, or getting out and like doing a podcast, going like just giving people something to watch and like adding a narrative behind these cool songs, I think. But then like on the day to day, like sometimes for me, and I want you to speak on that too, because I don't know if it's different for you, but when I'll be writing, it'll be like, I just felt it in that moment. It's like, okay, the creative energy is here. So I'll bring out the notepad and then I'll do it. But it was never like I planned on doing it because like, it's more just like, okay, I have a moment right now and I'm not about to study more. And that creative energy is here. Cause a lot of the time it's not, a lot of the time it won't be there.
Yeah, disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer. Yeah, I'm in law school.
Oh yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
mean to, I didn't mean to get
I
the wrong
went,
connection.
so I worked for a little bit after my bachelor's. I did like logistics and operations. I worked at Amazon. Then I ended up working for like third party logistics services. I did sales, and I was like business development manager. A couple different companies. I did like international and like domestic freight. So that was pretty cool. Like I think going from what I used to do um for money to doing sales like in a legit way in business was a very easy turnaround. Like you get used to selling yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's selling the same shit.
Yeah.
So you get used to really selling your own personality and kind of having to figure out who you are in doing that because you hear a ton of no's. You'll get 100 to 200 no's for one yes. You know, so you just got to keep going always. But then I was like, I really just want to get into law because when I settle down, first of all, it's way more consistent. I've always wanted to be able to help people out in that regard, especially if I end up making like entertainment work and end up being able to go full time that way. I would love to work for free for people as a lawyer that really need it. Um, and so, yeah, my day to day consists of that, like chasing my law degree right now. And I got a job too on the days that I'm not in class. So when I get time, I really just sit down and go off the top. Like I just punch in. It's Detroit type stuff. Like rap is like punching in, like coming up with kind of bar for bar as you go along. So when I find the time to do that, and in between, I've of course being the dad too. Um, Shout out my baby. Shout out both my babies, my baby and my baby. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah. That was different, bro. But we'll get into that later for
Yeah.
sure.
So you're able to manage all that at the same time. Does it
Yeah.
ever get stressful? Like, do you ever feel like, hey, maybe I'm doing too much?
A little bit, but I feel like when I'm not doing too much, like my mind runs way too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got to keep myself busy like always. So yeah, I feel like I've always tried to keep my schedule topped off with as much stuff as I could fit into it. So yeah.
When I get to that burnout moment and I'm ready to do something to unwind, like sometimes I will have that feeling of like I wish I could just not not be hyped up and like just get into something relaxing and fun. But a lot of the time I'll remember before that would have just been like FIFA or something I was wasting time like scrolling on my phone. So then I'm like, when it's something we can build together, then it's easier that way.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
how do you guys connect with each other? Like who? One of you guys are here in Lansing, right?
And then Naveel's
yeah.
in Toledo now.
I'm in Toledo
I'll move
because
even closer soon.
yeah, I got a full ride to that law school. So he's gonna move to Detroit. We'll be only about 40 minutes from each other.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
How are you guys doing it right now?
Text or call a
Text
lot
or
of the
call.
time. And honestly, we've been seeing each other a ton. Like either if
Yeah.
we're performing in Detroit or there was one where else it was Detroit twice or I forget.
there
No,
was
we
Detroit,
went
Chicago.
to Chicago, of course.
Yeah. But we use like a software where we could both tap into the like record, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And like record over it at different times or the same time if we
Oh, yeah,
want
good
to.
point.
But
Music
yeah,
choice.
that's the
Yeah.
way we get it across to each other.
Now, you guys being brothers, do you guys ever argue over lyrics? Because you guys are pretty comfortable with each other, I'm assuming,
I
right?
love that question though.
No,
I don't
not
think we
really.
do. Like, cause we do both really resonate with the other's style. Like, we'll be honest with each other if we're like, that needs to be turned up or like, but like, it just doesn't happen like, cause we like each other's style so much. Like he said, he punches in and all right. So it's just versatile enough from each other that like, we love it and we can relate, but maybe, I don't know if I would punch in as well. You know what I mean? And I don't, like, that's the thing. So like, I don't know that I could give him that much constructive criticism. Maybe once or twice we told each other, oh, the flow would be better if you change this to 2 syllables or something, but
Yeah.
nothing beyond that.
Now,
Yeah,
is there?
we-
Yeah, sorry.
We definitely got some friends that like will give us that feedback.
Oh,
though,
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
you can't
listen
have
to
all
type
yes
of
men
different
around.
music. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to get feedback, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
That's always good. How you gonna learn?
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
now,
know.
between you guys, is there a better freestyler or do you guys balance each other out
I
pretty
think it
good?
depends on the day and how we're feeling.
yeah, it
There's
really
definitely
depends
been
on the
days he's
day.
got me and otherwise.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I kind of want to get into like our culture
Okay.
Mhm.
because now I'm sure you guys as Arabs, you guys deal with judgment a lot.
Of
How do you
course.
handle that? There's a lot of judgment in your family?
Do you want to start?
The family's like pretty supportive, but a lot of the family can't really understand the tracks to the
Right.
like the lyrics to to some of the tracks, the more raunchy tracks or whatever. If we got like real bad language in there, so they're supportive because they know that we're going after like a music thing too, and yeah, for the most part. But a lot of our friends like so. For Muslims, it's haram to listen to that type of music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our friends are Muslim because they're from back overseas. Like we got some from Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, like in our programs, like in our graduate programs. So they can't really tap into it as much, but they like show love and say, hey, like, do you like that's cool. But yeah, a lot of like other Arabs just haven't really seen the hype around like doing rap, I think, till recently. Recently, there's a couple more artists that are coming up like especially from Michigan, like East Michigan. Like I've seen some on like TikTok, Instagram that have put that as like their background, like their ethnic background being like the basis, like being Arab and a rapper, which is cool. Which I fuck with that heavy.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
Do your family back home know?
They
that,
do.
Like, yeah.
They do
Yeah.
now.
Do they ever listen to it? Any of them know English? Any of them?
I would say
Yeah,
they're
they
pretty
do.
supportive for the most part. Like there's definitely that fear. There's the fear that there are raunchy lyrics and it might be considered like, like not holy or something that should be censored or something. And also the political stuff when we put a little bit of that in there. Then there's also sometimes there's the fear of like over there it's more serious when you're like, okay, I'm an influencer now. Someone even told me that when I was visiting this last time. They were like, yeah, here if you do that, like sometimes the reaction is like kind of like, who are you? And people like will see you through that one lens. Like the stigma thing is maybe even a little stronger over there right now. But I think it's like an art of like not caring. I think it's an art
Right.
of like you
Right.
can't let that part in.
Right.
but a lot of our cousins support. So shout out to them. Yeah,
them
for sure.
specifically. I don't feel that from anybody specifically.
Mhm.
I really
Mhm.
appreciate that support.
Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Arab culture is becoming more accepting of it because you are starting to see that Arab rappers over there in Palestine and Lebanon
And over
wherever.
here, like
Yeah.
that does make it easier. Saint Levant, and he even has like
Yeah.
a grant for smaller artists now. I saw that on his website. We might apply.
Yeah.
But no, there's a couple. Anis and DJ Habib Beats. He's come to Detroit a couple times. There's a bunch of Arab artists that I've been liking recently, and like, yeah.
Mhm.
I guess that
Anis and
does make it
Habib Beats
easier.
got JDs, by the way.
Oh yeah, true.
Anis and Habib Beats got law degrees.
Anis,
Yeah,
wow.
and they do
Stuff.
music. Yeah.
Just to remember real quick, you're in law school and you're in
Medical school.
medical school.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I didn't ask you, I'm sorry to go back to this, but I
No,
didn't
go ahead.
ask you what's it like to balance medical school and
Mhm.
this as well? Like, do people at your school know about what you're doing?
They do, and again, they've been, like, really, really supportive. That's helped more than anything. Like, I even filmed one of the videos right at school, like, using my key card at night and
Yeah.
stuff, and that's been really supportive, like, people being about that. Because I don't know if I always get around to, like, getting to everybody all the time, so then the fact that a lot of people are supportive and even people I don't expect sometimes. Someone
Mhm.
just came up to me yesterday or 2 days ago, and I hadn't, like, gotten a chance to chop it up with him a lot. We'd been at mutual school functions. He was telling me how much he resonated with, Nabil's last interview and his last verse, and that's just huge. That's huge. That never happened before
Yeah.
for sure. At the same time, the balancing it, you said about balancing it, not just, like, are people supportive? That definitely can be tough. Like, the couple years before medical school was extremely difficult for me. Like, we didn't have as much financial support at that time. COVID was really tough in terms of I have a psych degree, I need to really find something. But then I got 3 years of clinical experience, really nailed the test. It didn't seem there was a lot going on in my application. It still took 3 years. So I would get up at like 7, go to the clinic, come back at like 5:15, 5:30, write your essays, pretend like, oh, I care about everything all the time, put that away, go back the next day. And like that point, that's when you feel like a zombie. So then getting into school and like, it's still hard, don't get me wrong, I will never belittle that, like, I would never ever try to do that, and I also have a stigma around me sometimes of, "Oh, you were a good test taker," and stuff, which kinda dissolves around that time anyway, so I would never try to, like, not acknowledge a privilege there, but at the same time, after going through those 3 years, it was more of a deep breath of like, "Okay, I can just study now." Like, it is high stakes when you go from one test to the another the next day, like, you lost sleep, and now I have to try to focus on a slide, and I can't focus all the time, but I have to have one up. That's pretty zombie still,
Yeah.
but the worst that can happen is I'm gonna get a failing grade. The worst that can happen, really. Out then, sometimes it was like, "What if I don't make it into school? What if I don't know where the next meal is coming from?" That kinda stuff.
Yeah. If you had to choose between being a doctor and being a professional rapper, which one would you choose?
If I had to choose,
Yeah.
what stake of professional rapper have I made it to?
Oh, so it depends.
If I had to choose, that's really tough. I'm not gonna lie because rap has always been a passion. I'd be underselling it, but at the same time, um, it would suck not to be able to help people through being a doctor too. Like, okay, if I can do rap and make money and help through the money so other people can do things, but if I don't have the skill, because like that was huge for me. Like one of the biggest things I've ever done was go help my dad do surgeries. We were in East Jerusalem helping patients from West Bank. If I
Right.
can't do something like that, like hands on like that, it is a little more tough for me. Or like my brother, like with his law, trying to help with either he'll do something great in either immigration law, either medical malpractice, so he's on the other side of that. He'll do something great, and I know he'll make a difference.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
What about you? Lawyer or rapper?
I've seen some people try to mix the two. Like there's these two rapper lawyers that got big on Instagram, and I just cringe so hard at that. I don't know why, bro. You know, like because at the end of the day, like any type of content creation is gonna outwardly look and be a little cringy. But I don't know about mixing the two specifically just in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like a lot of people won't get the innuendos and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They won't get like the double or triple meanings in it because they don't have a law degree. You know what I'm saying? So if I couldn't, if I had to choose between the two for the sake of me now starting a new family with my shorty and my son and what's good for them, whatever would make me the most money. If it was gonna be, like rap where it would make me more money than being a lawyer and give me more time with my son too. Like I don't want to miss those moments, you know. If I gotta start out in law, like people that do big law work 6 days a week for like 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to actually join potentially a lawyer here in Lansing. And I also have an offer out in Miami, but I don't know if I want to go that far.
Really?
Alhamdulillah. But yeah, so if I could, be more independent with my time and make the same or better money as a rapper, I would definitely take it. But it's all about, what's good for my kid at this point, you know.
Do you see yourself ever dropping an album with your son?
Oh man, I think my shorty would kill me, man. So I joke about that sometimes because she's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna, be a swimmer? Are you gonna play football or soccer or, be a piano player?" I'm like, "He's gonna be a rapper." And she gets all, "No, don't say that, don't say that." So no, but I think if he leans into it, she would definitely end up being accepting and let him do his thing. It would be fun to make a little father-son album. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I think now that we've gotten to know you guys, let's have a little bit of fun here. Okay. We're going to ask some interesting questions.
Okay.
So, who is more likely to steal the other person's lyrics?
What the hell?
It's tough, man. Like steal is just tough because we just never would. Like I've heard a lyric of his and I was like, that sounded sick. Can I reincorporate it here? I don't know if I don't think
That's happened 2 or 3 times recently. I think that's the closest we've got. We would never steal each other's flows.
ever.
Yeah.
Now, who's the more annoying brother?
Oh,
damn.
annoying.
I mean, for me, it's Joe.
When
Joe's
you
more
put it as annoying, like I'm just gonna step up. If you put it as annoying, it has to be me because I'm overstimulated. Like recently, I'm like hyped up and stuff. So when you put it that way, it just has to be.
I've been hella mellow lately. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
usually we're on the same wavelength. We always have been all our lives, but lately I've just been mellowed out. It's, been good for me, I guess.
Who got in trouble more growing up?
Oh, I feel like it's got to be Nabil but we have to answer it with that because of how much he went through right away at such a young age. But like I was always getting in trouble. I don't know if the stakes were different.
I was the oldest, so I was the guinea pig. I think I got in trouble a little more, but Seta got in trouble a lot because anytime him and Fadi, our youngest brother, would like roughhouse or whatever, like the minute that Fadi got hurt and he would yell, "Mom," my mama would run down screaming Seti before she even saw the scene.
Oh, there was one
Even
day.
if it was like us playing football and I accidentally tackled Fadi a little too hard, she's screaming Seti running down the stairs.
I'll tell you, there was one day. Oh, I really hope mom doesn't see this. Mom, it happened, but it happened. There was one day that like we were roughing each other up because like I was like actually getting the best of Nabil for once at basketball. So he was roughing me up outside on the cement and the pavement. She's like, "Nabil, get off of him." She just got home. Later that day, I flicked Fadi and she grounded me for a week. I flicked him. But no, I was also thinking outside the house, like getting in trouble outside the house a lot. Like I even remember just a dumb time I was like running around on the roof of my school, just like yelling out like lyrics and stuff. We were having a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
We come down and they flash the light at us when we come around the corner. And they were like, they gave us like social probation. Like we had to like mulch the school and miss like a bunch of games my senior year. But my dad was even more mad because he got woken up at like 2, 3, and then he's like, "There's no way you're up to something good on top of the school." And that's all we were doing. We were like,
shout out my pops, bro. Shout out my pops for never killing us. There was one too many times you got called at 2, 3 a.m. for one of our dumbasses. For sure.
That was too much.
Who would survive longer in a rap battle?
Oh. Did we write our lyrics before?
I think let's do freestyle.
Damn, that's tough.
Longer is tough. Like, it's just how long could we keep it up? How are we both feeling? That's tough.
I don't know, yeah, because we'll do something where we go back and forth. Like in Detroit rap, there's like a back and forth thing where you go bar for bar. And me and him will just go till one of us falls off, and it's pretty 50-50, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like one or the other of us will fall off like 50% of the time, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I know that's like the PC answer, but
So, but not now. Who in a freestyle? Who's more likely to forget
Mm.
a lyric mid performance?
me
Oh wait,
probably
but
because
so then you mean like not a full like something that we prepared beforehand?
yeah, probably.
I'll practice because like he's got the kid recently,
Yeah.
so I'll practice
He
3-4
he gets
times.
good practice.
You ever mess up
It's
like on
hard. It
stage?
depends
Like,
how we're
oh,
feeling.
No, what'll happen is because you usually use a backup track, especially in the type of rap that we do. So if you just like forgot something, or it's part of breath control anyway, a lot of times, like because when you're in the studio, you layer these bars, bar for bar for bar for bar, where you have your chance to collect your breath, but you can't do that on stage. So people are used to little gaps anyway, where
Exactly.
the rapper is about
And,
to breathe.
bro, I got the
So you could
asthma.
take that little gap, and it's usually only one or two words that I'm like not sure about or something in a line. And then I'll let that go. I'll let the background play it, and then I'll go back on the next line. Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I got the asthma too, so it's harder. Like when you don't have the backtrack to save you there, like it's really tough.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, at our last show, every time that I would feel that his breath was running out, like
Yeah.
I would pick up the words that he was about to breathe on.
Yeah.
So
I even
yeah, it
told him
worked out pretty good.
before we performed, I was like, at the end of this chorus, like I can't fit that one word in unless you help me hit the end of this chorus. So I need to go in on the verse right after that.
Yeah, we hit that fusion ha, bro.
The Trixie tank.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, your first live performance, were you guys really nervous?
So the first time I went out, it was like a open mic. Nabil couldn't come with that first time, so it was just me. And
And
somehow
he won it.
I did, but
Yeah.
so somehow not as much because I just put I don't know. It was like a mode of like I owe it to me and I owe it to other people that are so close to me in my life that don't have this opportunity right now. So like that makes it seem like such a big deal for like literally an open mic in Grand Rapids, but like But yeah, that's how it felt. So like I remember just being at the back there and seeing some other really good rappers. Like shout out to everybody that was at that event in Spittin' Bars. And I did not like even when I got off the stage because I was running out of breath a good amount, it was my first performance. I didn't think it was good enough that I was gonna get one of the prizes, Definitely I didn't. I was like, oh, like people are gassing me up because I told them it was my first performance. They're being really supportive.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that until I got up there. I think I kept a good mental fortitude. And then once you start running out of breath a little bit up there, and then also the lights are there, so you can't fully see everybody's face down here. So that was a little bit tough. It's like, how are they vibing?
Yeah, right.
But it also might help because
yeah, you won't see
it's
it.
a- you don't
It's
see
true.
them.
But then I can't imagine them in their underwear like you're supposed to do with public speaking.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I'm kidding.
For me, there wasn't like as much anxiety. I feel like going up, it was more like I just needed to get better at some of the technical stuff, like the mic control, where I held the mic and everything. That was different for sure. Because usually, like you're either at home or in the studio. We make a lot of our like rap from home. You know what I'm saying? We put it, upload it right there. We have like the what's it called? Like the acoustic echo cancellation foam that you put behind the mic, and we got good mics at home. So where was I going with that?
Oh, just basically the fact that so like recording.
Oh yeah, so
when you
recording,
hold
I'm
the
used
mic.
to it just being up like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like on an arm
Yeah.
while I'm recording. So recording, like having to hold the mic and like be stage present. That's
True.
different for sure. Yeah, you gotta like, know how to interact with the crowd and whatnot. And so yeah, it was more stuff like that I could improve on for sure.
Okay. Going back to the fun questions again. Who was better in school?
Him, 100%,
Really?
100%.
It definitely came like natural in a way, like where I would like want to get it done and get it out the way, and certain things came natural, like the math, the science, the memorizing stuff and stuff like that. But it breaks down after a while.
Yeah.
Like you get into med school, everybody else had that. Now it's just like, can you actually focus? Can you like handle your anxiety?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like that all since high school? Because I remember you guys in high school, actually.
I
been a
also
long
think
time.
he undersells how
Yeah.
amazingly smart he was. Like for my brother
My
to
school
have
was
gone,
tough too. Yeah.
for you to have gone as much as you did, and then to also be as supportive as me, like my brother, he never, and I always tell people this, believe me, he never made me feel guilty about nothing. So the fact that he could just say that so freely does mean a lot to me, because he never did. He was always had really hard shit to go through, and he sheltered me from that. You know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
did get an A in the hardest class in law school last
Yes,
semester.
sir.
so
That's good.
Yes,
there you
sir.
go.
Shout out.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Thank God.
There
Yes,
you go.
sir.
Mabruk.
Who would your parents say is the better kid?
That's tough now.
I don't know.
Maybe it would have been
man.
different growing up. That's tough now.
Faddy for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that I hear right now.
How if you guys were to get rich quick, like tomorrow,
hmm
who would spend all the money in no time? And what would you spend it on?
That's also tough because like now
Like, let's say
that
you
I
guys
We're
blew
felt
up.
both
You
we're
blew
both
up.
pretty frugal, but I probably would. I would if I got that. I don't know if I got that itch from blowing up that sometimes people say they do, and then yeah, I might be more prone to do something like that. But I feel like we're both pretty frugal
Yeah.
overall.
I'd agree with that, but then like also I have had manic periods where like I just bought a bunch of Legos. Like I just sold a Harry Potter Lego set last week. The dude was a DJ at a strip club.
Oh my god.
So it'd be on Legos. You buy a whole bunch of Legos.
I did the one time, and then, like I gave that one away, and like I got a couple left. I got the Lego tree, I got the Lego Transformer, Optimus Prime. He does both versions, if you were wondering. He does the
Yeah.
car and the Transformer.
So where do you see you guys stuff going with this long term? What's the goal?
More listeners.
Yeah, more listeners to be on stages. Yeah, we've had like 2 tracks really blow up, and it would be cool to get more of that going. But we really got to get hip to the marketing too. Like I feel like there's a threshold to where if you spend enough on marketing yourself, it pays back and then some in dividends,
Mhm.
because you'll get like a massive influx of listeners, you'll get nice stream plays, that money will come in, and then over time, like if that song is popular enough, then it'll get auto played, right? Like to where if someone's on their Spotify, they select one song or an album. After that song or album, when it wants to autoplay them something from that genre, if your song blew up, and especially like in their region, it'll play that song and it'll add to your streams out of people that haven't even heard of you yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would be major. If we could get into that and make that more of a passive income, by actively working on it, then yeah, that would be clutch. I think I could definitely see us doing that, but it just takes the dedication to keep showing up to stuff like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep networking overall. And yeah, just keep at it. I think we could do it.
Yeah.
I definitely think
Now,
we can
you
make a
you
hit.
guys from the Grand Rapids area?
No, my
That's where
parents live out
are
there.
still,
Is that where you guys like
For
went to
me,
high
it was
school?
for me
and-
it was 4th
Yeah.
grade to 12th. Yeah, like
No,
7
are
to
you
8
guys
years.
more like do a lot of people out there know you guys know who you guys are local?
For the music, a little bit of everywhere. Like, there's
Yeah.
definitely some very close friends from high school. They still keep up. A lot of people from undergrad and the most recent med school, and then family, like you guys asked earlier.
I only got like 2 or 3 homies left in GR. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, a lot of people moved
Yeah.
out.
And
It's gotten expensive, like to live there. Plus, like you got to have a good job. So, and there's kind of a divide. Like, there's not as much middle class jobs as there used to be. There's a lot of white collar jobs and a lot of like menial jobs that you could do there. But I feel like people want to be able to either have a really low cost of living or at least make enough to justify a
Yeah.
high cost of living.
Oh yeah. I lived out there for 5 years, so I know what it's like out there.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a little different, bro.
yeah. It is different. Honestly, I think raising a family out there is nicer too, in my opinion. It's more clean out there, I feel like.
It is, yeah. It is. For some reason, I just feel like it's a little detached. Like, I don't know if it was my high school experience or what, but I feel like people in GR are different, bro. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
how to explain it. Yeah, I think it's that like the Dutch white Protestantism. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Yeah.
You could cut that out if it's a little
We
racist.
also had
but-
like a thing like both of our schools leaned a little more conservatively, you know, like
Yeah.
pretty far. But and then like yes or no.
But it wasn't just that. I mean, my generation remembered 9/11. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So like, especially the younger generations now, they don't have that as much. They love the hummus and the hookah and all that shit, you know. But back then, even though our family's Christian too, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm,
as far as you could be removed from anything terrorist related,
mhm.
if you were Arab, if you were Muslim, whatever it may
Yeah.
be, like you would hear a lot of these kids would hear what their parents said about us at home after 9/11, and then they would bring it to school, you know?
Yeah.
So I used to get in a lot of fights in
like-
school.
Dude, I've
feel
heard
like
from
that's
multiple
everywhere, though.
people fat terrorists. Like, why you gotta get called that? Like, fat terrorists. Like, I'm minding
I
my
mean,
business. I'm
that's
getting on the bus.
Yeah, like
No.
didn't they know that's just a C4 hiding underneath?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do also want to add in a positive light, like getting out to the east side, you have to love East Michigan, right? And like and Lansing as well. But,
Yeah,
like, you have
that's
to
the
love
thing.
East Michigan. So like how
Yeah.
are you gonna compare it after?
It's
getting
hard to
out there?
compare.
Do
Yeah,
you guys have
after
a crowd in Lansing?
Definitely because of the school now. When we all graduate, it might be a little tougher. We are gonna go on MSU radio though, 89.3 FM.
yeah,
0.3.
that's the big MSU radio station. Waka Flocka was on there, I think,
Oh,
this
yeah,
past
told me
year.
that.
Yeah, so that'll be pretty sick.
That'd be-
But yeah, Lansing, I used to have a lot of homies here too, and a lot of them moved down south. But we still got a lot of friends too, like in the 734 area, like Ann Arbor, Ypsi, and then in Detroit too. Like people have popped out, thankfully, to our show. Shout out to them for real, yeah, because
Man, I
those
really appreciate that.
those day ones, it's something different for real.
Yeah,
When
I
you
bet.
guys gonna do a show in Lansing, so we can come out.
We got to, bro.
I would love to.
Yeah, we were talking
would love
about
to.
like putting on a show and performing in it, and then inviting other artists to come through because we've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of like shows and
True.
amateur promoters and spots. The last one we went to was actually really good. I liked it a lot. So we've seen all the good and the bad from like how different shows were run, and I think we could run a pretty good show
I bet.
as
So
well as
too.
rapping in it. Yeah.
Do you guys know any other rappers from Lansing?
Oh, Unketh Woods. Have
There's
you guys heard of Unketh
3,200
Woods?
Trey. I
Maybe,
think.
yeah.
Unketh
Okay.
Woods. I have
I think
him
I
on a
found
track now. He's got a dope flow. I saw him on TikTok a while before, and then I asked him, and he was like on the cusp of blowing up. And right now he's like big. Like I know he got a comment from Lil Yachty. Drake liked one of his posts. Like I hate to be name dropping like that, but he's amazing, and we got to get eyes on him too because he's
Yeah.
blowing up the Michigan rap scene right now.
Especially in MSU, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he
'cause,
did me a solid because he got me a feature for $100 when he knew he was blowing up right now. So that's insane.
Yeah, that's a really good
That was
price.
the first thing I ever paid for. in
But
rap.
yeah, he did that Tim Tebow. That's the first time we saw him, and at the time it had like 1,500 likes, and now he gets 1,500 likes after the first like probably 30 minutes to an hour of posting
Yeah.
something.
Drugs.
And it was this. He did that Tim Tebow song, and he was like dancing all over Lansing to it, East Lansing, like Sparty Stadium and everywhere. And me and my brother were like, "What the fuck is this?" And then said I ended up copping a feature from him,
I
and now
love the
he's
flow.
huge. Now he's blowing up big. So
Big.
yeah.
Wow.
Yes, in Lansing.
We're going to conclude this with a very important question.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say somebody wanted to go into music, okay, but they're nervous about what other people think about them
Mm.
and going into rap.
Mm.
What advice would you give to them?
Just do it.
Just
Do it. Yeah, real life.
Just
He
do
just
it.
put that on yesterday because he needed,
yesterday you said today. Today
he,
you said tomorrow.
yeah, he needed to motivate himself for 2K for the very first time. So we did
wasn't
like
gonna
a
tell
best 2 out of 3 for like 3 days in a row, and he won on the last one. So
We did
yeah,
a 2
that
out
was
of
like the
3
first
set.
time ever on 2K that he won. So
Consistently without
he was
using
hyping himself
Giannis.
with that. But for real, just do it. There's like a poem from Coach Carter that I always reference. It's what's the name of it? I know the lines.
You're not talking about the Invictus one. You're talking about the Coach Carter one.
It's our deepest fear. Our deepest fear is
This
not
one.
that we are inadequate. It's that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our dark, that most frightens us. And it goes on. It's a beautiful poem, and it talks about how you're more scared of putting through your full potential, and people are, bro. People are scared of giving 100% and falling flat. So they give it like 70, 80%, and then they can say at the end of the day, they have that safety net of saying, oh, I didn't give it my best. That's why I didn't blow up. But that's bullshit. You deserve to give it 100% and to see what it's like on the other side.
He nailed that. He absolutely nailed it. Like I would say that's actually the exact same like line I was thinking about that you love so much too.
Yeah.
And the just do it. Like don't let your dreams be dreams. Like the what else did he say near the end of that? Like if you're tired of starting over, quit giving up. For me, like for a while, I didn't want the attention or the anything else that came with it. I just wanted ears on the music.
Mhm.
But it was like that's a lot to do. The moment you start, and then that's the first time you get the feedback, it's way easier. And yeah, if you want to cut that out because his answer was very nice on that last one.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I agree with you though, because it's a lot better to try and fail than to not try at all.
Agreed.
100%.
That's
Agree,
it.
agree.
That's it.
Don't just talk the talk.
Yeah.
Just
Gotta
do it.
walk
Just
the
do it.
walk.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have stage names?
Yes.
That's
Nazarene.
I go by Aladdin or 4LADDIN. 4LADDIN.
Okay. Do you have any social media you want to shout out real quick?
Yes, please. We're found by Nazarene, just spelled like that.
Real
NAZ.
__ Nazarene on Instagram.
True. And then the Nazarene on the other platforms. For me, it's Aladdin on almost everything. For my Instagram, it's still just my name, Sari, Sari, Muallem, Muallem. Thank you guys so much.
Shout out to you
course.
guys, man. Thank you
Thank
guys
you
so much
guys.
for having
Thanks,
us
guys.
on.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. That's episode 5.